Hello, and thank you very much for your interest in ICI Consulting. We're very excited to be part of ICBA's Preferred Service Provider Network. I'm Kevin Mail, Executive Vice President and Head of Sales at ICI Consulting. Allow me to take just a minute to tell you who we are, what we do, why ICBA member banks select us as their technology consultant, and perhaps some triggers to look for to know whether or not your institution should consider engaging ICI. Let me tell you a little bit about who we are and our approach to the engagements with our clients. ICI has been in business now for 32 years. We are family owned, not private equity held. We have served more than 830 financial institutions across the United States and have completed nearly 1,400 engagements over the course of that 32-year history. That's a significant amount of information, and it's one of the reasons our clients love doing business with us. The knowledge, the experience, and the expertise we're able to bring to each engagement, given we have done so many, really helps them make sure they have identified, along with ICI support, the best technology providers to bring into their organization. We have completed 344 evaluations just in the last 5 years alone, and 40% of those banks have elected to move their technology elsewhere. That's not a statistic you're going to hear from many of the vendors, but there is a fair amount of churn in the industry. And we have the knowledge and the experience to tell you who's winning, who's losing, and why. And finally, when you're working with ICI, you'll work with a single consultant throughout the entirety of the evaluation. And that person has, on average, 32 years of experience in the industry. So how do we approach evaluations with our clients? We'll sit down with you and do an on-site technology assessment and strategy session with you to determine whether or not the platforms you're using as an organization meet the strategic objectives you've identified for your financial institution. We will work through a vendor evaluation with you, completing an objective RFP, support you through the demonstration process, and provide you insight into what's actually working and not working in the market today. One of our specialties is certainly negotiating the all-important contract with your preferred vendors, not only from the perspective of financial considerations, making sure you receive the absolute best price for the technology you're deploying, but also contract language that supports the long-term strategic partnership with the vendors. Finally, if you do decide to convert your bank to another provider, we do offer project management services here at ICI to help manage the process, making sure things are provided on time, things are accurate, and information is flowing amongst all the vendors and the bank to ensure a very smooth transition. So why have clients selected ICI as their core consulting partner? First of all, we are truly independent. We have no affiliation with any vendor, and we have not accepted a penny of money from any vendor in over 22 years. Secondly, the consultants here at ICI average 32 years of experience in the industry, many of those having previously worked at digital and core vendors across the country. I mentioned earlier, we are privately held, not private equity owned. We have a proven structured methodology that we've utilized in over 1,400 engagements that have produced consistent results for our clients across the country. Because we are involved in so many evaluations at any one time, we have leverage with the vendors unlike any other. And finally, they've selected us because of the all-important ICBA member benefit, where our clients receive a 10% discount on ICI services resulting from pricing analysis and strategic conversations. What are the 5 triggers you should be considering when deciding whether or not to contact ICI? First of all, you have a contract renewal coming due within the next 24 to 36 months. It's very important to start these evaluations within that 24 to 36 month window to give yourselves plenty of time to make decisions that are in the best interest of the organization. Secondly, you have repeated vendor service issues. At ICI, we add significant language to the contracts that force the vendors to perform as promised. Third, there are M&A activity forthcoming with your organization, whether that's you acquiring another financial institution or perhaps your organization being acquired. It's especially important if you're working with two separate core processing vendors. Which one is the right vendor for you going forward? We'll help you work through that, help you understand which one of the organizations best fits the strategic plans for your bank. Fourth, digital banking is very big right now, and many financial institutions are looking for the best platforms on the market. These are not often at the core vendors. Many clients have looked to third-party digital providers, and we can help you work through which one of the dozens of digital providers on the market best integrate with your current core platform. Finally, post-conversion regret, you recently converted your organization, you're having issues. We can help mitigate those issues and get the partnership with the vendor back on solid ground. Finally, we do offer a free core pricing analysis and strategy discussion that we'd be happy to perform for your organization. It's a complimentary service. It'll give you a good idea of where your organization sits in terms of pricing, how do you compare it to current market pricing, as well as how your current contract aligns with what the vendors are offering today. My phone number, my email are all listed on this page here. I appreciate your consideration of ICI, and I look forward to talking to you in the days ahead. Thank you.